Hey guys, what's up? It's Mercedes Michelle. Today's video is going to be all about criminal justice. This is going to be a continuation of my previous criminal justice video that I uploaded. So if you guys are interested in learning more about majoring in criminal justice and working in criminal justice, then keep on watching this. So I didn't expect for my criminal justice video to get as much views as it got. A lot of people are interested in the criminal justice field, and I definitely understand why. A lot of you guys reached out to me personally, sent me messages, and just told me that, you know, I helped you guys decide on what career to go into, which is awesome. I think that's great, because even when I was finding my niche, trying to decide on what major to major in, it was very difficult. I got on YouTube, I googled how to figure out your major, how do you know what to major in college. I did all of those tests that you can do to decide on what type of person or characteristics you have. You name it, I did it, because it's really hard to decide on a major being an 18-year-old, not really knowing life, haven't really figured out much at all. And it is a struggle to decide what you really want to do. And especially for someone like me who found myself being this creative human and wanting to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But ultimately, I've always wanted to help people. I've always wanted to help young adults find their way, find their path, those that may struggle, and steer off their path a little. I wanted to make sure the job that I chose would allow me to help those individuals and keep them on the right path, or get them back on the right path. So I felt like criminal justice was going to be the opportunity for me to do those things. And as I'm growing and as I'm getting older and just learning, coming across different people, speaking with different people, you learn a lot about yourself, and your thoughts change over the years, and you start to grow, and you start to realize certain things about yourself. So with all of that said, I just wanted to touch on criminal justice and give you guys the why for me, why I chose criminal justice, what led me to this path. As a young child, I seen a lot of close individuals, a lot of my family members in and out of the system. And it really pushed me to want to try to, in my eyes at that time, save them and try to learn why people in my family tend to end up in this system. Like, what is it? What's the reason that some of us choose this path? And it wasn't just like one or two family members, it's a list of them. And I knew that I never wanted to be on that side of the system. I've always wanted to be on the other side, what I deemed as the good side. But as I'm getting older and I'm watching, you know, the world, as we all are, we can kind of start to see that every job has its bad apples and every job has its good apples, and you have to decide what side you're going to be on. When you get into the criminal justice system, or you go into the field, you'll start to see that a lot of your coursework, they try to teach you ethics and they try to teach you morals, but you're already a young adult, and most of the things that they're trying to reiterate and give you coursework on, you should have already established what type of person you're going to be. You should already establish what type of morals you have. So you'll get a lot of coursework on ethical and unethical behavior, and it is important because you're easily persuaded as someone with authority, someone who has the ability to enforce certain things like laws or rules and regulations. When you have that authority, a lot of people will look at you and try to persuade you to either help them or let them go, or you know, different types of things. And it depends on your character. It depends on what type of person you are at the end of the day. Some people will fall for it. Some people will accept money. Some people will accept bribes and free food, free this, free that, in exchange for letting them off the hook or letting them get away with something. You'll find that in criminal justice you have to take all of these coursework on ethical behavior, and it's just like, you know, if you don't have it by now as a young adult, you're not going to get it in college. And that is where you really start to question yourself and start to realize what type of person you truly are. A lot of people go into criminal justice and they want to change the way things are done. They feel like they can change their environment. They can change the way certain people are treated. They can be the good person in this field that has, again, good apples and bad apples. And you have to determine what type of apple you're going to be. You're going to have people above you that are going to tell you how to do certain things that may not be ethical, may not be the right way, but because of the person you are and because of the morals you have, then you are able to decide what type of person you want to be. And you guys are probably like, what does this have to do with criminal justice? It's a part of it. You'll see that if you are a criminal justice major now, you've probably already ran across some coursework in ethics. You've probably already read about the different types of people who choose to do good and the people who follow the wrong path and the people who think they're doing the right thing because this is what they were taught. But again, if you already have these morals in place, you already choose to be a good person, you're going to know when something is not right, and you're going to know when something shouldn't be done, if that makes any sense. So when I think about criminal justice, I think about people going into it to do good and wanting to make a change, but they get caught up in the unethical behavior that you can get caught up in when it comes to the criminal justice system. There's a lot of career fields that you can go into that can allow you to be good and do good, and there's career fields that will allow you to do bad and be bad. And it's not because they're meant to be that way. It's just the people who don't already have their morals set in stone and the people who don't already know who they truly are and choose to do bad. There's people who intentionally go into a criminal justice field because it gives them the authority over someone. It makes them feel like they're in charge of someone, and it makes them feel like they're above someone. And when you have that mindset and you don't have that mindset of truly wanting to help, to make a difference, to make a change, you get caught up in the unethical behaviors that come with the criminal justice system. So before you decide on, you know, majoring in criminal justice, before you decide on what career you're going to, you know, decide to go into, you have to decide what type of person you are. Are you easily persuaded into doing things that you shouldn't do? Are you easily influenced to do things? Are you easily bribed? Do you accept bribes? You have to know what type of person you are. And it's not to say that you're a bad person, but don't put yourself in a situation where it may cause you to be a bad person. And in this field that we're talking about, criminal justice, you can either go the right way or you can go the wrong way. And that is, I feel like that's a big issue with the criminal justice system. I feel like that the system as a whole has people who want to do right and people who want to do good, but the system is so flawed that we have a lot more people who want to do bad, who want to feel like they're in charge, who want to be authoritative, show authoritative. So yeah, I feel like I had to learn what type of person I was before I decided to go into the criminal justice field, because I knew that I didn't want anyone trying to change who I was. And because I'm such a firm believer in who I am, and I know that no one can make me do or say anything that I don't believe in, I knew that I could handle this field because I've already established the type of person I want to be. So me going into this field wasn't going to change that. And that's why I'm making this video. I want you guys to really sit and evaluate the type of person you are. Be honest with yourself. Don't put yourself in a bad position or a position you don't want to be in because you think that this is the right field for you, because it can break you. It can break you down or it can make you. And that will be up to you to, it will be up to you to determine what type of person you're going to be. So, with all of that said, I say all of that to say no one can tell you what to major in. No one can tell you what you should major in or what career field you should go into. You just have to really understand what type of person you are. What is your purpose? What is your why? Why am I choosing to go into the criminal justice field? Is it because I want to help people? Is it because I want to fight bad guys? Is it because I want to be in charge and above the law, or feel like I'm above the law? Really sit down, write down your reasons, and determine if this is the field for you. It doesn't matter what type of work you do. It doesn't matter about your job title. At the end of the day, it matters about what type of person you are and what type of person is going to get the job done the right way and correctly. That's all I can really say about figuring out if criminal justice is for you, because I feel like people look at it like, oh, I want to, fight crime. Oh, I want to put away bad guys. Oh, I want to, do all of these things that involve the criminal justice system. But it really comes down to what type of person you are. Are you going to be able to put away the bad guys, or are you going to fall victim to their destruction and become one of the bad guys? It's pretty simple. It sounds crazy and it sounds like, oh, that'll never be me, but you really have to ask yourself, what type of person am I? Criminal justice does not just mean, when you get a criminal justice degree, it doesn't just mean you have to work in the criminal justice field dealing with criminals. That is not all that it comes to. You can be dealing with all types of different compliant issues, rules, regulations, setting guidelines for people to follow. You can be enforcing different regulations, rules, and it doesn't have to pertain to enforcing probation or enforcing them to do right and not break the laws. There's a number of different job fields that you can go into that doesn't really happen to be fighting criminals all day, every day. When I chose criminal justice, I did realize there's a number of fields that you can go into. You can be a probation officer, you can be a police officer, you can be a parole officer, you can be a detective, an investigator, you can be a security person for a Fortune 500 company. You can be a security guard. You can, operate a whole security system for a company. It's just so much you can do. You can be a CPS worker. You can make sure the kids are being treated fairly, or, elders are being treated fairly and making sure that they're properly taken care of. There's so much that goes into criminal justice, you guys. There's so many fields that you can go into. So it is a wide range of opportunity. It's just based off of what you really want to do. Do you want to be dealing with criminals all day? Do you want to be in a criminal space all day, every day? That would be up to you to determine. And I'm calling them criminals, but I'm just using that word to justify the criminal justice system. But it's really like what field you want to go into. You can be a counselor. You can counsel these individuals to hope that you are able to make a difference or change in their lives. So yeah, that is pretty much what I wanted to say to you guys. I hope I answered some of your questions. I can't really help you decide on criminal justice. I can only tell you my experience and what I think about the criminal justice system. And I really think it comes down to character and what type of person you are. You show good character, you be a genuine human being, and everything that you do, you truly believe you are doing the right thing. And you know, I feel like it'll work out and it'll be a great career for you. Just go into it the same way. Go into this criminal justice field the same person and come out the same person. Don't let it change you, because once you feel like it's starting to change you, it's starting to change your morals, it's starting to change your behavior, then you may want to question, is this really for me? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Comment down below if you guys have any other requests as far as the criminal justice system, any specific videos on majoring in criminal justice. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video. Bye guys.